Alright, hey guys, and welcome back, as I am finally back for another MOTU Origins review, this time with Battle Cat. And I know it must feel like an Eternia. Get it? Eternia? Never mind. An eternity since the last time I've done a MOTU Origins review. Now, right off the bat, I gotta say, this thing is huge. At least the box. Battle Cat, Cringer, whatever you want to call him, he's definitely pretty big himself. But the entire, just the box and everything that you see here is really, really big. It's unbelievable, the size of this. But there's definitely some benefits to that. I mean, you get this amazing box art. It's so big I can barely fit it into frame here, so I'm not going to be able to move it much. But we have He-Man with his trusty battle axe and shield and sword riding away from Castle Grayskull, which looks to be, I can't tell, it looks like Rock-On is mounting the gun, the laser turret up there. I never noticed that before. That might be Man-at-Arms, but it kind of looks like Rock-On too, one of the rock creatures. And then, of course, we have, well, who is it really? Is that Cringer or is it Battle Cat? He's got his armor off, but of course it's Battle Cat, but still has the Cringer look to him. Looks really great, of course, in the green and the yellow striping. And it's kind of cool that he has like his helmet off there, but it's like you almost expect him to turn around and be like, whoops, I kind of forgot my helmet. But yeah, so the art looks amazing on this. I love these boxes. They're so great. They look just like what you would imagine from the original 80s series. And we can see Cringer or Battle Cat, whatever your choice may be, inside of the box here, and he looks pretty good. We'll get a closer look at him in just a second. You have the modern posing, retro play, which means that he can be more posable than the original Battle Cat. So let's flip this around and take a look at the back of the box. Alrighty, and then on the back we have some really cool cover art as well here. And we have Skeletor, and we have He-Man and Battle Cat doing battle on the battlefield in front of Castle Grayskull with Teela up top manning the tower. And then it shows on the back here how you can transform Cringer into Battle Cat by either taking the armor off or putting it on, and shows the different posabilities that you can do with the tail, legs, and head. And then we have your, looks like your core, looks like this is an 8-back series, where we have He-Man, Teela, Man-at-Arms, Skeletor, Evelyn, Beastman, Battle Cat, and Prince Adam with Sky Sled. So, very cool, some really great art. Not anything too special going on the sides, just says Battle Cat on the sides there, but you gotta love this. This is beautiful. Like, I would love to make a puzzle out of this or something. That artwork is just so fantastic. And it's always cool because it gives you little giveaways as to what was coming next in the line. So, this was a little hint towards like Grayskull at the time and stuff like that. So really fun. So now let's get this out of the box. We'll take a close-up look at it, and we'll do a side-by-side comparison with the original. Alright, so now we've got Battle Cat out of the box, and this is exactly the way that he comes when you take him out of the package. So, Battle Cat and I believe Panther, they don't come with any mini comics, which I gotta say is kind of a disappointment, because it would really be neat to do a little comic with the backstory of Cringer and how Prince Adam found him. But I guess that's a little bit of a missed opportunity. But anyway, like I said before, one thing you can notice right out of the box is how unbelievably gigantic this thing is. This probably stands, I would say 4.5 to 5 inches tall. And it definitely looks a little weird as a result of that. I think that the legs and the joints, being able to see the joints, kind of make him, like, it takes away from it. It makes it look very unnatural. I think they could have done a better job maybe hiding the joints. And just for me, the yellow, the paint is very muted. It's not as bright. It should actually be more of an orange. And it takes away from the detail and the color of the figure. Other than that, I mean, I think that I like that they did the paint on the eyes. I think that looks really nice. I don't believe the original even has that. The saddle and armor looks good. So overall, I think on first impression, it looks good aside from its overall size. So now let's take the armor off, and let's see what he looks like when he is just kind of in his Cringer form, let's say. That just unbuckles at the bottom, just like the original did. And let's see. So let's see how we can pose him here. So I think that he actually looks better with the armor off, oddly enough. I like the eyes. Now, if you guys don't know, with all the animals in the Masters of the Universe series, they actually came out with the Big Jim line. So that's where they got the idea for all of the tigers and like Screech and everything. They were originally that. Now, I do like all the posability. The eyes are very nice, again, like I said. The teeth, really nice as well. I like that you can open and close the mouth, because this is, of course, stuff you could never do with the original. So that is very, very cool that you can move his mouth and jaw around like that. The tail also swivels, so you can move that pretty much 360 degrees. Let's see if we can get him to stand in kind of like a attack pose. And yeah, this is one of the things I was reading about. You really you can't do that to get him like in a jumping attack kind of position. At least I don't see a way. Maybe if we arch his back legs all the way back. Let's see, maybe. No. So there's some posability, but I mean, it's really more just aesthetic, I think, because it's not very functional. Like, it's nice that his legs move around, but you can't really, I mean, what can you do with this? You can maybe put like a paw, and then he's going to fall over. So the posability is kind of a non sequitur. It doesn't really do anything. It's nice that it's there. It looks good on the head, but it's just a moot point with this figure. I don't feel that all the posability on the legs is a good trade-off, and especially considering the lack of coloring and the size. So I would have rather had this to be a more compact Battle Cat, in my personal opinion, instead of being so gigantic, you know, and then losing any posability that you should have gotten, which is the entire point of this line. So, which is kind of funny, because you don't really see a lot of the poses on the box, and that's probably because they realize, like, oh yeah, we can't really pose this. So I don't think it's bad. I mean, I definitely think this is a good version of Battle Cat, but I think it could be a little bit better, so I'm always going to be a little critical. So anyway, now let's take and we'll grab his counterpart here. Now let's check out the original. All right, so here we have the original 1982 or 81, I believe, Battle Cat, and you can see just standing side by side. Wow, I mean, that is an unbelievable difference in size. This is like Battle Kitten, and that's like Battle Cat. I mean, that is, phew. He stands almost a good 2 inches taller. And even without the, without the posability, we'll get a look at him here without his armor on real quick, for those of you that haven't really seen the original vintage like that. And so there's Battle Cat, and look at how cool he looks, man. He's so sleek and like ready to attack. Like, he really looks like he is ready to pounce into action, and that's without having any posability. The eyes still look good. The coloring looks fantastic, and I really just think that they missed the mark with this figure. That is incredible. That just looks great. So let's go ahead and we'll put his armor back on him. Whoops. And then we'll take a closer look and see how he looks with He-Man, and just see how proportionally that this looks. If we can get that harness to want to go back through there, which it does not want to now. There we are. Alrighty, so now we'll go and grab He-Man, and then we'll see how these guys look when they're all paired up. Alright, so here we have He-Man with MOTU Origins, and the MOTU Origins Battle Cat, and the vintage 1981 He-Man with the vintage Battle Cat. And I have to say, this is so huge when you put He-Man on top of the MOTU Origins Battle Cat. I think that is like almost 7 going on 8 inches tall, which is kind of nice, I guess. But then again, it's also very disproportionate. Even though I haven't played with it, I have seen it, the new Grayskull playset. So, I mean, that's going to be kind of crazy, because He-Man's going to be half the size of the castle on top of Battle Cat, which, wow, that's nuts. So I don't think it looks bad. Don't get me wrong. I know you guys are hearing this, and it sounds very, very negative. I think that overall, I think this Battle Cat has a lot of pros. You know, it has some nice detailing on the armor. I like the color. It actually has kind of a Filmation look to it. As far as the painting and the joints, I think they could have left that alone. I don't see where... It was nice they were trying to do that for fans, because everything's, you know, posable. You know, ever since McFarlane and Spawn, you know, everything's all about posability now for the adult collectors. And I get that, but I just think that if they wanted to do this, they could have reworked it a little bit better and just realized, okay, wow, this thing is monstrous compared to everything we're doing in the line, and it just doesn't make sense. So while I still like it, and overall I still think it's a good figure, I just think it's a real missed opportunity, and I think that Mattel could have done a lot better. I mean, there is some nice detailing and color work, and you can definitely tell that some time went into this, but it just looks bizarre when you put He-Man on top of this, and he's just towering. I mean, it would have been different if the original one was that big, and I guess when you really think about it, Battle Cat is a tiger, so he's not going to be small, but it's just, I think, proportionally to the size of the figure, since the figures are basically the same size, at least when you bend the knees a little bit, then why do you need to make the Battle Cat and Panther figures so unbelievably huge, you know? And that'll be interesting when I, you know, take a look at, you know, the Sky Sled and everything like that coming up soon, just see how that measures up in scale against the originals. But anyway, like I said, you know, I do think overall it's an okay offering into the MOTU Origins line. I don't think it's the best, but I don't think it's the worst. I just wish that they could have, you know, thought it out a little bit better. Maybe we'll see a reworking of this in the future when they realize just how ridiculously large this figure is, and we'll get a more proportionately sized Battle Cat. But I do think it's pretty cool. They're really super easy now to find in Walmarts and Targets and stuff like that. I mean, anyone you go in, they're probably going to be stocked with 3 or 4, because, you know, all they have is Wave 1 stuff. But they're still cool. I definitely recommend getting it if you're collecting the Origins line. I mean, you know, if you want to be a completionist, I say go for it, you know, because it'd be kind of weird to have He-Man and not have a Battle Cat. So it does look cool. But I hope you guys enjoyed taking this quick look at the MOTU Origins Battle Cat and seeing how it stacks up against the original Mattel Battle Cat. And I will see you guys in the next one for another MOTU Origins review. Take care. Hey guys, if you liked the video that you just watched, don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below, and you can follow me at Facebook at King of Retro or Twitter at #8ByteBrian. See you next time.